Okay, we're back with, oh gosh. Iku! That's all that's good. The only thing that's good in life is Iku. Look at this emote you posted, by the way. It doesn't want to load for me? We love that. I'm not signed into 7TV right now? Why? You're so beautiful. Yeah, we're a little late. I doubt I'll play this so much today, but you know, I doubt I'll finish the trial today, but we'll play. I don't like that Kaneko emote. I hate to break it to you. I don't like the look of that Kaneko emote. I find my evidence. Those clouds, we never get any rain. What a shame. Add it. Well, it's not pouring, so I guess I'll add it for now. I don't like the look of that emote. I must say, you were truly splendid last night. I don't know if I have the energy in me to do my voices like the way I usually do. You performed so admirably, I could hardly believe it was your first time. Yo, it was Tenchi's first time? How do you praise me like this? Doesn't feel right. Oh, does it displease you? It's you saying that. I can't take it at face value. Truly, I thought myself a rather straight-talking person. Well, that might be right, in a sense. Still, no matter how you feel about it, these are my oddest impressions. In fact, having also been both defendant and prostitute, you must understand these trials better than most. So, defenses are harder than I expected. Miss Shimamu's ongoing string of successes is only more impressive for it, wouldn't you say? That's true. Let her begin everything. Well, you can say that. It's still up to determine how this ends. I know it. I'll bring it all to a close today. They for a nosebleed to become decisive evidence. The workings of the world sometimes defy comprehension, do they not? This will end up presenting panties in court. Oh my gosh! Oh, call out! Surely not. That would be a step too far. But so. I don't have much else to add, I'm afraid. You are afraid. Those Miss Alice's are truly quite adorable. Well, I can't say they're ugly. Could it be that the young heiress is too bashful to give praise any other way? Quiet you. Turnabout is fair play. Ah, you came. Oh ho. What, did you not want me to come see you? No, it's not like that. I'm only worried what kind of face I should greet you with if you did come. Any face is fine if it's yours. Whoa! We're getting lovey-dovey. Do I have just the best starting place DW? I've never started there. Now, Allison, there's something you have to say to me before we can continue. Ah, there's no getting around it, is there? I love when like every trial our defendee is just lies to us. Of course not. I understand. I'm sorry I kept secrets from you. Hey, is that it? That's it. You're awful. Boom, 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 boom. For now, I need you to tell me absolutely everything you've been hiding from me. Right, where should I start? Wait, is there really that much? To begin with, I was lying when I testified I wandered through the hole against Sokyo yesterday morning. Truth was, I went straight to the Sanzu River, and then returned home. Then you never investigated any other place besides the Sanzu's riverbank? That's the gist of it. So she lied under oath. That's a crime. We need to get her in prison immediately. I'll stumble medicine to our panties, yeah. Why don't you say that in your testimony? I knew this would happen. The Sanzu is very rarely visited by anyone. Then you knew of this other incident already, miss? Yes, the air there was thick with tension, and I gathered that something serious had happened by eavesdropping on the Shinigami. I knew it would end badly if I was caught there, so I ran away without being seen. Why'd you just stroll over that dismal place in the first place? So I was following the trail of my stolen dolls. My dolls always have a bit of my magic clinging to them, so I can trace their whereabouts if I want to. Cute Momiji emo. Good enough. He traced them to the Sanzu River. Right. Before I could even make it to the riverbank, that metaphorical thread snapped. Snapped? Yes. Somehow another will took control of the dolls, and those signs that I was following disappeared. What do you mean when you say another will? The best way I could put it is that someone other than me began manipulating the dolls. Wait, these dolls were suddenly lost to me. In other words, the dolls were taken over. Exactly. I still wonder what it could have been. What in the world are we dealing with here? If these dolls were cut off from you, you could only tell their whereabouts. With that, my only clue was gone. In the end, I could not find them. What happened by the Sanzu that morning? Forgive me, Tenchi. I told you I'd believe in you. That was just another lie. I was afraid I'd be accused, so I hid facts from you. Even though I promised I'd tell you the whole truth. I couldn't live up to the faith you put into me. I'm truly sorry. Considering what you must have been feeling, it's no wonder you tried to hide this. Is he shaky in that trial? We haven't seen any PC98 characters. And before somebody says Marissa and Alice. And I guess Reibu. But it hurts a little to hear. The young heiress can be quite naive and innocent in her own way, as you can see. Whoa! Yes, it was wrong of me. Then Alice, can you trust me as your lawyer from now on? I trust everything to me this time, just rely on me to defend you. Will you think of it like that? You hid the truth from me because you couldn't bring yourself to leave it all in my hands, didn't you? If it had been I in your place, I know I would have acted no different. That's why. I should be the one doing the pleading. Will you really defend a liar like me to the very end? Can't answer that question until you answer mine. You really are stubborn. I'll trust you with my defense. Yo, Alice. Alice X Tenchi? Talus? The greatest ship of all time, clearly. This time, I won't try to cover up anything on my own. I'll leave everything to your judgment. What is the odds she's telling the truth here? And she doesn't hide a single other thing from us. She's still thinking Tenchi's best girl. No, I'm saying that Tenchi X Alice. Very well. So it's my turn then. I hate to leave anything half finished. No matter what you say, until you've been proven completely innocent, you'll not be getting rid of me. I see. Thank you. Miss, will you grant me one last question of my own? What is it? You're absolutely innocent, I hope? Yes. I haven't done anything that would warrant being put on trial. What I just told you is the pure honest truth, just like Shimaimaru. This Shine here with Iku at her side. I mean, Iku's the best part of this. The fact that I get to look at Iku and her beauty. Yeah, I'll still not be humiliated this time. Where are your panties? Yeah, that's enough for me. Then shall we resume our investigation? Let's. I'll be settling everything today. Brutally honest, when you first showed me this, I was devastated. Not like a sick joke that I would nominate you of all people to meet my attorney. I truly thought we would always loathe each other no matter what. Keep this up, I'm the one who'll be devastated. Right, at this rate we'll both be devastated together. Let's not speak of this anymore. Maybe that'll be a stroke of luck I couldn't watch this. Ironically, these bloodstains have been washed away. You would have been found guilty long ago. Only slightly humiliated in court instead. Now, from what I heard, Miss Toromaru was so drunk at that recent banquet she stripped down to her undergarments and slept under the stars. Sort of your accident pales in comparison, wouldn't you agree? Well, I suppose it is better than having your underwear become a point of contention. The game loves its timeline. Whew, even when I do make it home, there'll still be this to fix. Well, the police have to preserve the scene of the crime. They certainly don't restore it. Honestly, what a nuisance. So Komachi found this poor girl by the Sanzu River. I might say it was the silver lining to the storm cloud. Right now, it feels like the reverse might be true. I have had several books stolen from me over the years, but never dolls. Could this possibly mean the culprit was also quite taken with your dolls, miss? It was the culprit who took the dolls instead. Perhaps our thief is a Mobius strip. Did someone say strip? Oh my gosh, that's hot. Doesn't sound right. What's up, skanks? Lady, I beg of you! We all know I'm nothing without you! Enough already. I want to finally take it easy today. Don't say that! Yesterday's trial was really amazing, despite everything! Trial? What are they talking about? Hold it, you two. What? How long have you been here? It's just a moment ago. I see. Then there's no way you heard our secret. What secret? Damn it! Why do I keep doing that? Yeesh, where do I even begin? Look, now's the time. Give up and come clean to these two. What on earth are you both talking about? The truth is, I wasn't facing you all by myself in yesterday's trial. Eh? Whatever do you mean? I gave her advice using this. This is one of those yin-yang orbs? The orb was made to allow you to speak with someone even from far away. But then, you must have come to court and watched this whole trial? Oh no. I was indisposed yesterday, and getting out of bed would have been far too much trouble. I advised her from my bedroom. I can mostly understand what was happening in court through the orb. The Mobius strip? Good question. In mathematics, a Mobius strip, Mobius band, or Mobius loop is a surface that can be formed by attaching the ends of a strip of paper together with a half twist. As a mathematical object, it was discovered by okay, and apparently one of the other things that pops up are a bunch of Rule 34. Okay. I typed in Mobius strip. I see a thing about some mathematical object. I click images to look for images, and it's just porn. Great. I can't believe it. She built up the prosecution's entire case while lazing in bed? And hung over at that. Thinking back to how I was completely taken in is making me a bit angry. Listen, Mei Ling, now that our trick has been laid bare, you will have to fight on your own today. No, that's too much. How am I supposed to do this by myself? Enough. Don't you have any pride at all? Can you not do anything on your own? It's because I had no idea what being a lawyer would be like yesterday. I still did it, didn't I? That vampire over there was the first prosecutor ever. There was no defeat or answers then. You're supposed to be your servant, aren't you? Aren't you ashamed of yourself to get your master to hold your hand like this? I think that should be more than enough. Mei Ling may not look it, but she's very sensitive. Lady, If you won't stand for being treated like this, then defeat her through your own power. You will have your chance to shut that twisted celestial up for good in court today. But for me, that's just... Mei Ling, you've become too used to taking your ease. And now you balk at anything remotely difficult. You will face down the celestial before you. That's an order. Now they always have to act like I'm the villain. Well, I can play along. I'll tell you here and now, I'll go easy on you. If you intend to confront me in court, make sure you find your backbone first. The spineless coward will only be crushed under my heel. She actually ran away. Well, she can do as she likes. However, will she really return for the trial? What did I say? It's only that Mei Ling is very sensitive. She'll make up her mind in her own way and return to us, I'm sure of it. And otherwise, should she really not come back for today, I will take responsibility and stand in for her. I see. I'll look forward to it either way. You're here. For now, it's about time I finally got an explanation about this whole mess out of her. Certified banger. Okay, I need to go get some liquid. Be back. I'm back. This music is such a fucking banger. This theme is so good. Still, to think you'd be made a lawyer. I also thought it was a joke at first. When we first met you in court, you were brought there as the defendant. Did you break down crying on the stand back then? Be quiet. This time I'll repay that disgrace sevenfold. I see. Then I'll make sure not to miss today's hearing. Gulp. What's this gulp? What do you think you're doing, dangling this thing in my face? Whoa! Yo, that's a line. What's with you? Just seeing Alice's scarf is getting you all worked up. Perhaps it brings to mind Miss Alice's... That's not it! Why are you showing me blood? I'm so hungry today, even this filthy rag is starting to look appetizing. Ah, as one would expect, all those investigations must be taking up most of your time. Exactly. We've been so busy since yesterday, I've been skipping meals. Isn't it weird to drink your best friend's nosebleed? I don't know anything about vampire customs. Why are you dangling this thing in my face? You are 100 years too early to be asking anything of me. Even now, I still don't really know any of the details about this other incident of yours. Oh my! Ada. And you were really planning to head to court in such a sorry state? Since the assault on that poisoned doll was what I've been investigating, there's no other way. Anyway, just brief me. You're in charge of this case for the time being, aren't you? I suppose so. Which means it wouldn't be advantageous for me to divulge information to you. However, you did help to knock some sense into Mei Ling, so I'd like, to do you a favor in return. Dear me, I wonder what I should ask for. Fine. Here's what we know so far. You're already aware that the scene of the crime was the Sangzhou River, of course. Yes, but I still don't know what happened there. It was a kidnapping of souls. Oh, there's a kidnapping? Oh, no, it's fine. He woke up. Souls? When you say soul, you mean... Yeah, it's the kind of soul that leaves the body upon death. There's always many souls waiting on the... Aka! No! Waiting on the Sanzhu's bank, so they can cross the river to receive judgment of the Yama. Seems some of them were taken away by someone last morning. Kidnapping of souls, is that even possible? Is there a chance they were put into the dolls? Dude, this would literally be like FNAF. Oh my goodness gracious. It is not. Whoa, wait. If it actually wasn't possible, then there wouldn't be any incident. Exactly. That was our main problem yesterday. Souls are immaterial things, so one cannot simply grab them and walk away. And so, how did our criminal kidnap these souls? But you just said Miss Alice, so you must have discovered some sort of means that she could have used. Naturally. And that's also the reason the culprit could have been no one but Alice. Alice and souls, no matter how I think about it, I can't come up with any connection between them. But with the souls and the puppets and start acting on their own? Why? That's the only thing that I'm like curious about is why. By the way, you said something yesterday. Yeah, this house went there alone this morning. Surely you understand what that means. It's just... Of course, we have evidence now. Of the decisive kind, you see. What you call decisive evidence has to be related to how those souls were carried off, right? How very astute of you. Shortly before the trial, you departed came to a close. Some extremely unusual evidence was discovered in the forest of Mamjik. Usual evidence? Dolls in a clearing, all clad in blue. What did you say? Dolls in blue, they would have to be... Yes, they're without a doubt the dolls that Medicine claimed to have attacked her. We've already confirmed with the person in question. How did they end up in the depths of the forest? The poor things fled all the way there, it seems. They were roaming around like a pack of feral animals. It was quite a struggle to round them all up. Wait a moment, please. We were told by Miss Alice yesterday that her dolls are incapable of moving by themselves. True, but these dolls were not moving by themselves. They were inside them. Those souls... Yeah, okay. This is literally FNAF, dude. What? You understand now? How the culprit kidnapped the souls of the dead. But if they were after the souls and trying to put them in the dolls, why would they just let the dolls get caught? Not just any dolls, Alice's dolls. We now know for a fact that on the morning of the incident, Alice went to the Sanzu River. She went straight there. Oh, it's because of the trail. Never mind. Thanks for your fine work in yesterday's trial, Celestial. Yeah. All of this is what made Alice the prime suspect. Still, it is regrettable that no one witnessed the moment of the abduction itself. Nobody can provide testimony to prove that this was truly Alice's crime. Dude, this theme is so good. Quantera, no one can testify that Alice didn't do it. And this is where we stand for the moment. There was no witnesses as our saving grace, but the absence of evidence is also going to be a hurdle. In fact, we'll be going against the headwind once more today. For the time being, perhaps we should discuss this with Miss Alice again. Right. I want to hear a little more about those souls and dolls from her, if we can. Hey, something I have to ask. What cup size are you rocking? What do you need? Is it possible for the soul of someone dead to possess a doll? It is. Since dolls are usually made in the shape of people, they are very susceptible to possession. And a possessed doll could act on its own? Oh, of course. For a soul to possess something is to gain substance, in a way to affect the living world. For instance, you must have heard ghost stories about the hair on dolls growing before, right? Here's that souls abducted from the Sanzu River were discovered within your dolls. I see. It's as I feared. You said you felt your dolls being taken over by another will earlier. Must have been because souls possessed the dolls. That went on, those girls' bodies became their vessels. You started thinking that was what must have happened even back when you first heard about the incident on the bank of the Sanzu River? I didn't want to believe it, but I had an inkling. I already knew it was easy for dolls, since souls to attune. After the doll's traces disappeared, it felt like the most logical explanation. That's why I hurried away from there. Anyone who realized that would consider me a prime suspect. Well, that makes sense so far. My doll behind her wears black instead of blue because, like, she has dolls of different color. All the blue ones were stolen. Oh, it doesn't look like the Amazon. I expect that. As the incident affects her workplace as well, she must be taking part in the investigation as well. Oop. I can gather that much, but I still need to hear what she knows about it. Yeah, be out. Let's return later. Oh, shit. Hey there. Come to the right place. What now? I'm actually very busy today for once. Oh, don't I know it? It's the same for me. And I, for one, wouldn't know it from looking at you. How strange. So what business? So you have business with me? Well, I wouldn't call it business exactly. You wouldn't? I'm so busy, I just wanted to have a chat with you. Hold it. May not be in court, but that's clearly a contradiction. Might be, but so what? Humans, yokai, everybody. We're all contradictory beings, right? Being alive is one big contradiction if you think about it. I think you should spend less time thinking about life, more time doing your job. Anyways, being busy all the time will just wear you down. Don't you feel like blowing off some steam too? Whoa. Fortunately, we can't use spell cards today. No, that ain't what I meant. I just want somebody to shoot the breeze with right now. Psh, so fun about listening to someone else complain about her life. This music? Low rotator, if you fall in the water, creature riding a cloud will fish you out. I understand him. Is that a fucking, like, Mario Kart joke? Ain't that the letter I delivered? Thanks to you, I was dragged in all kinds of troubles. Well, even then, it ain't really fair to blame me, right? I just delivered it like I was told. Apparently true, she wasn't the one who picked me. Sorry, not interested. So, didn't I tell you to give this back to Alice? Well, I thought it might end up being evidence. Because of this thing, that they've got Alice's back up against the wall now, ain't it? This wouldn't be a problem if you never picked it up to begin with. Then you would have lost you on safe trial already. You're not wrong about that. So, what do you want to speak of? Bring cursor. What? Where do you want me to put my cursor? Oh, so you're interested? Glad to hear it. Sorry, but you're off. Even if I said no. Let me tell you, it ain't easy being a ferryman. Fairy woman. Did you just have to row your boat back and forth? Strictly speaking, that's true. Just think about it a little. Every single day I give lifts to dead silent customers and make round trips across the river. Well, dead men tell no tales, or so they say. Remember the story of Sisyphus? A co-worker from overseas told me about it. What the f... Yes? This guy brought the god's ire down upon himself. And he got to roll this huge boulder to the top of a hill as punishment. The hilltop's so steep, the boulder always rolls back all the way down to the bottom when he gets there. He just has to start all over again. He has to keep rolling it, vainly keeping at the same meaningless task for all eternity. Scary stuff, ain't it? It's true that up in heaven, boredom is the scariest thing there is. Maybe it's a bit like that. Sometimes I feel like my job is the same thing as punishment they gave to Sisyphus. How many times I rowed to the other shore, I always end up back here. Start all over again. Every time I'm out there rowing my boat, I'm thinking, is that all there is to my life? You have quite the philosophical bent, miss. No, the truth is she's just sick of her job. Besides, we're at the Sanzu River to begin with. Don't you think the children's limbo would make for a better analogy? Like I thought, you're a good listener, princess. But I feel sorry for him, you know? Souls of the little kids endlessly stacking stones around you. This game just predict Eika? Like, this is like 2011, right? So I don't want to make light of what they go through. You're quite the kind-hearted Shinigami, miss. No, she definitely just didn't think of it. On top of it, the class of soul that's been shown up here has been getting worse lately. It's not listening to me at all. Real problem. Souls who don't have much to pay the fare take a while to ferry over. That's so. Sonanoka. Code 17, yeah. This game this series has also predicted Mizuchi. It's unbelievable. Because the widths of the Sanzu changes, it has to be adjusted to match what the passenger paid. The more they can pay us, the narrower the river gets, and vice versa. All the souls you've gotten lately are paupers. Only a soul has to pay for the crossing has to do with how good a person they were in life. How much how much how much would others have been willing to spare for you while you were alive? That's what you end up with here. This game, it's Aya Ace. It's Ace Attorney, but well, I would say with Aya, but this trial is the only trial in the series so far where we're not playing as Aya, we're playing as Tenchi. But it's just Ace Attorney, but Touhou. A Shinigami, don't like what's going on right now is weird, but like that's the thing. Let Shinigami then take all the cash you got and ferry you off to the other side of the river. Tenchi and Iku. Yeah, but we're playing as Tenchi and Iku's our partner. If you haven't been making a profit. That's about it. But still, you can have good long chats with souls that don't have much money. I don't mind it that much myself. Everything's fine, isn't it? The other guy still can't say anything back, so it's more like I'm just talking at him. You say that, and yet here you are, not letting me get a word in edgewise. Alright, why am I being given this for evidence? Or Ad, is there anything else you can tell me about the Sansa River? And Zabin. Not particularly great, but it's been fine. Good. You're asking, there really ain't anything fun to do around here, you know? Slipped on gravel. Rookie mistake. No, asking for the sake of the investigation. Ah, I gotcha. You know, you're more of a hard worker than I expected, Princess. If anything, you're the one who's too lax. Even then, it's like I told you before, there ain't much to tell. There's only one thing I'm curious about, if I may ask. Could beings such as us come and go across the Sanzu? No, that can't be done. Rather, it's not possible for someone alive to cross the river without permission. The ones who can cross the river are Shinigami. Anyone else would just sink. I'm sure that would work for work out for the sailor in the Mjorn Temple. But gotta love it. By the way, if you fell in the river, what would happen? Never tried it myself, so I don't know. Isn't this the whole thing about Arumi? Doesn't she give the stone baby to people to cross the river with, and then the baby gets, like, solid and, like, causes them to drown? Hey, now. I could, boot you in right now if you want to find out. Not in your life! What's up, you interested in fairy work? Not a chance, that's terribly boring. Don't be like that. Having a talk with Patrick can be a lot of fun. But don't you skip work constantly? Find something fun doesn't mean you want to do it all the time. How about that? Are you back? You are. So, Nanoka, I understand. Please resume your survey. Yes, with your permission, I'll be going. I'm thinking about it, this might be the first time I've seen you do Yama work, aside from preaching. Oh, Tenchi, I see you found your way here again. I have. You were very jumpy the last time I visited, but I finally know why. A truly disgraceful spectacle back then. Even then, souls being stolen away isn't something to be taken lightly, I assume. Indeed, this is a serious matter. To keep souls from reaching the afterlife is to disrupt the cycle of transmigration. That is, the workings of this world. It's blasphemy to the face of our laws. You say that, but with the lost souls having been found, isn't everything settled now? That is a weight off my shoulders, certainly. However, we must still make the perpetrator understand the gravity of what they have done. The question is, if the dolls were made to be found, then who would have done this in the first place? Who would be interested in spirits of the dead anyway? Like, Orin comes to mind, but I don't know why she would do this. I could smell fate. True. Another Morai Shrine conspiracy. Isn't cannot be said to have resolved till all this comes to a pass. Whew. Yama really does love her sermons. Well then, ensure that we do find the true culprit. Will you tell me all that you know? Yes, I will help in any way I can. Mizuki, yeah. As I thought, it was the right decision to turn to you. I'm not so sure about that. It's unlikely you to be so modest. I don't feel I'm the least suited to be a defense attorney even now. I could not disagree more. I suppose we all have our answer in court today. Plenty of souls who wait by the sun's river have on hand to serve by the good deeds that they did in life. They who squandered their lives hoarding material wealth through all manner of wrongdoing are often very surprised to find themselves penniless after death. Therefore, you must always strive to do good throughout your lifetime. Ah, I understand. Let's focus on the incident for now. You forgive me. Force a habit. Got my guard down around her. I was told as much a little while ago by the vampire, but it sounds like no one witnessed the incident. Indeed. That might be my fault. How in the world could that be your fault? The incident occurred in Shigan, as you must know. Shigan? By that I mean the shore of the Sanzu River one arrives at upon leaving the worlds of the living. And the other side is the shore of the world of the dead. We call that Higan. The Celestial such as yourself knows all of this already, I'm sure. Of course I do. It only slipped my mind a little. Oh dear, shall we just leave it at that? I suppose we should. Get the nerve. Now, at the time of the incident, there was a window of time when every Shinigami attached to that section of the Sanzu had crossed over to Higan. So no one was on the living side to witness the crime. Exactly. Wait a moment, please. Is that not just a bit odd? What's odd? Mr. Call and Miss Onizuka told us earlier. What is this Sanai emote? Those are pretty good emotes. With the CIS, we adjusted passenger paid. Yes, the narrow guts, yeah. If the river's width changes depending on the passenger, did the Shinigami truly have all ended up on one side at that time by chance? That was due to my own mismanagement. What do you mean? This court system of ours keeps me quite busy, so if the Shinigami keep fearing souls at their own discretion, they might arrive while I am not available to judge them. So I have tried to establish a set schedule for the ferries, and Shinigami ferry souls accordingly every day during periods in which the trials might be held in Kinsokyo. Taking the changing width of the river into account, I've also placed target fares for the crossings. The schedule, you said, created a window of time during which no one was on the living side of the river? Yes, exactly. It had been around 10 minutes. This is why you say it was your fault there was no witnesses. It isn't only that, had there been even one Shinigami on the living side, this whole debacle might have been prevented. It's too late for regrets now. We cannot take back what has already taken place. I mean, who could have known about this, though? Besides, like, Komachi and Eiki. Like, who else would know? If they fucking frame Reimu on this shit, I'm gonna be livid. Do I probably know that one? Fair. However, it is too late for regrets now. We cannot take back what has already taken place. Yeah, that's quite right. This is why I'll go to any lengths to find the truth. Time being, we can assume the culprit must have known about your timetable ahead of time. It's difficult to believe that they committed their crime while no one was around by coincidence. It was only for 10 minutes after all. I feel the same way. It still seems impossible. possible. This schedule is strictly confidential. Only the ferryman and myself should know about the timetables. But Shinigami could have left theirs lying around, or maybe. They're all beyond reproach. I thoroughly explained how these documents should be handled to them. Maybe the slacker amongst them is beyond reproach in the Yama's eyes? I know you want to believe in your subordinates, but that alone isn't proof. If it's at all possible, we have to doubt them. Someone such as you must always judge impartially, no matter what, should understand that. It's as you say, Tenchi. Never thought the day would come for you to be lecturing me. Even the Yama has a soft spot for her minions. By the way, did you notice anything else before or after the incident? Let me think. I don't remember anything particularly unusual. Let's see. But I have something else on my mind before I heard about the incident. However, there's a personal concern of mine that may not have anything to do with the crime. I'll be the judge of that. Whoa! But just tell me now. As I've said, I set a schedule for the Shinigami. And so they should have been ferrying a fixed amount of souls at certain predetermined times. Gyakuten ship gets stranded in Higan, or is that some other place? I don't know. The number of souls crossing the Higan or to Higan that morning had been decided beforehand. Well, that was the reason you made the timetable in the first place, wasn't it? Certainly. The strange thing is, the number of souls that crossed over by the time of the incident was less than I'd expected. So souls disappeared on that side as well? No, souls could not possibly vanish from Higan without our knowledge. It might have been that they failed to cross the river. But couldn't it have been because souls were kidnapped on the living side? If the incident on the living side cannot account for a decrease in the number of souls crossing over. Operations were suspended when we found out about the kidnapping. The souls who had made the trip were already too few at that point. In that case, it might have been unrelated to the incident, as you said. I wonder. And note that for the time to you. I was about to say, well, this makes me suspicious of, Komachi. Obviously. This is certainly very questionable towards her. But I see Yomu's sperm, and I just think of, like, what if Yomu... Incidentally, Tenchi. What? It's only... Somehow you give off a strange aura. Strange aura? Pardon me, it may be impolite to say, but I am worried. What is she trying to tell me? What sort of auras you feel from the young heiress? I would say it is the scent of the dead. The dead? Maybe that's something in your keeping was possessed without your knowledge. Is a soul among my belongings? Perhaps we should let Lady Aiki take a closer look at the evidence again for good measure. Is it that doll that we picked up? The one that we got from Komachi? Might as well try. If Komachi truly is guilty, why would she give us the doll? As a way for us to blame Alice? As I thought, I could feel the presence of a soul within this doll. This little one was the source. The soul is trapped within this doll as well. Not quite. To begin with, it is impossible to trap souls who are without substance within an object by force. It must be that souls entered the dolls voluntarily. Why would they do that? Souls of the dead have only one purpose, to cross the Sanzi River. However, those with little to pay the fairy's fare can end up being passed over for a very long time. So that is how I have trained the Shinigami. For them, to be greedy is to be good. To do good. By prioritizing virtuous souls who pay a high fare, they make the shortest trips and the largest profits. Ah, not good. We veered off into educational philosophy. But what does that have to do with possessed dolls? Excuse me. Seem to have drifted off topic. You can stand to work on how she keeps her personal and professional life separate. The point is, souls with little money to pay the fares will not cross the river easily. Though there are some who try to possess ordinary objects in hopes that passing Shinigami will pick them up and happen to carry them to the other side. In other words, they're trying to stow away. That's very foolish of them. Even if they possess an object, there's no guarantee Shinigami will be the one to carry them off. Those who stepped those steeped in worldly desires sometimes make amusing displays of themselves. And when on earth did a soul get inside of this doll? I did not notice it at all. Could it be it was already possessed when we got it from that Shinigami? Now you mention it, she did say she found this doll in the Sanzi River's bank. In that case, very likely it was possessed back then. Anyway, allow me to handle this lost soul myself. Right, if you please. No panties? Unbelievable. Hold still! Let go of me already. You'll rip it out. Who says Lego? Is that Marissa? Lady Hinanai, there are some others inside. What on earth are they doing? Come on, you thief, give it up! It's fucking Marissa, of course it is. Ow, quit pulling my hair! I got a lot of work making it look nice every morning. I put a lot of work making it look nice every morning. What are you two playing at? Ah, it's you. Are you here? I was wondering if there was any clues we hadn't found. What about you? I'm not really sure. I found myself here before I knew it. And you skillfully apprehended that burglar? Yeah, that's what I did. I heard noise come from a house that should be empty, and when I went to have a look, I found that black thing crawling around. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm some kind of cockroach or something. What's the difference? Ouch, you sure don't pull any punches. For now, let's have you explain yourself. So what were you here to steal? You can't just assume that. What'd you come here for then? Case in the joy. That's the same thing! Tenchiling? Tenchiling? Yo, it's my favorite ship. Leave that aside, it must be convenient for a thief like you that the owner won't be coming home. I don't get it. I've got to get that hair somehow. Oh my gosh. This is the pre-case for the last case. Hair. Oh, don't worry about that. Personal stuff. Because this one took place before the panty case. Timeline-wise. Which is why they've made a number of panty references. Don't act innocent. It must have been you who broke in here yesterday morning. Yesterday? Wait, around when are you talking about? Sometime between 8 and 9 in the morning. There's no way it could have been me. Why are you so sure about that? I was sleeping in the Hakurai Shrine until about 10 o'clock yesterday. Sleeping? There was a party at Rainbow Shrine the night before. I just drank till I couldn't stand back then. Oh, I assume that's what she's referring to. Because she needed hair for that potion, remember? So, like, and this, we know this took place right before that trial, so... I'm gonna assume that's what she's referring to. And Rainbow's kind enough to let me stay over. You say you were fast asleep until you woke up around 10 o'clock that morning. That's it. If you don't believe me, ask Rainbow or Suika. Fine. Rainbow will probably be coming over to the mansion for questioning today. Make sure to ask her why. That alibi holds up. Will you let me know? Sure, I gotcha. Really is true. Then she's off the hook this time. You're so amazing, Tenchi. Lady Aki knew how great a lawyer you'd be from the beginning and asked for your help herself. I'm only good enough to stand in for Milady when she doesn't feel like doing it. That has nothing to do with anything. In the end, I'll say it again. I don't think I'm suited to being a lawyer myself. Stand by another side, defending them to the very end. Normally, it shouldn't be possible. Especially for someone like me. But I took the task on and I'll see it through. In the end, we stand in court for the same reason, you and I. Never imagine I get finished off by something like this yesterday. Yo! Mailing finished to Patchy's blood on Alice's scarf? We were in agreement on one thing, at least. I also could never have imagined it. If it wasn't for the Godstone Institute, the police might have looked around here and taken that scarf first. As she mentioned it, it was truly stroke of luck that this evidence end up in my hands. As the secret that made this so-called impossible soul kidnapping possible, it would have to be what? As the secret that made the so-called impossible soul kidnapping possible, they would have to be making the impossible possible. That sounds pretty cool, don't you think? What are you talking about now? The mailing dialogue, did I? Those are probably going to be a big talking point in today's trial. Let's see. Still, I didn't think you'd come to a place like this. Yeah, I just ended up here before I knew it. Even when I went to the Sanzu River, I feel like I'd only get in everyone else's way. But I still want to find some new clues any way I could. This was the only other place I could think of. It's a good thing you did. Had it not been for you, the sneak thief would never have been caught. Give me a break. Well, there's no way anybody could come here today. My, what a shame. Ada. Hey, Kenshi. What? Doesn't it scare you, standing in court? You got dropped into being a defense attorney, even though you had no idea what you should do. It is scary. That's the best part. Eh? You are scared. You people doggedly investigate all you can. They arrest a suspect based on the case you built up, right? This defense is always in a desperate position. A guilty verdict can fall at any moment, especially knowing the person involved. How could it not be scary? My client and I were always on edge. We're always edging. I was at the edge of a cliff. But then why didn't you run away? Huh? Run away? You really think I, Tenchi Hidenai, would flee in the face of anything? Don't be foolish. What would make others shudder only stokes my excitement. If my opponent is strong, then all the better. The greater the adversity, the greater the thrill. I can never feel bored when I'm hanging out for dear life. Isn't it wonderful? Young Eris is truly a glutton for punishment, as you can see. Masochist! Didn't mean like that. But if you lose, stop that. Why are you even thinking about losing? How will I overcome this adversity? Envision success. Envision nothing but success. And when the time comes to turn everything around, you'll never forget that pleasure in your life. To be blunt, the prosecution is clearly an advantage in today's trial. What do you have to worry about? Even you should be able to tear me down in these circumstances. At the very least, you were fortunate enough to catch a burglar by chance. Must be in luck today. You got that right. Just take it from me. I was just lucky. In the olden days, who said that luck is but a byproduct of your true ability. Can I really do it? Don't ask me. Bring out your potential is up to you. All I can do is push you around till you do. You're actually pretty cool, Tenchi. How do you feel the need to state the obvious? Such immodesty. I would expect nothing less from the young heiress of Hinonai. Tenchi, I'm gonna face you again. I'll fight you with my own power. And make you watch me win this time. Let's see. I'll look forward to it. As I said earlier, I won't go too easy on you. I'd be insulted if you did. Now that we have a little time to waste, so should we resume the investigation? For now, I'll bring this burglar down to the mansion. Guess I'm not going home just yet, huh? Then I'll be seeing you there later. Sure. Now, come on, get moving. Ow, ow, I told you, quit pulling! Now then, should we also take our leave? Let's. Oh, the Yama's gone. 2 trials to preside over and an incident in your jurisdiction to investigate. She must be very busy. The Yama has it good. Never has time to be bored. Perhaps you should tell her so when we next meet. No, I think I'll pass on that. By now, you should already understand the futility of your actions. What you are doing can only give way to doubt and envy. These will weigh against you at the hour of judgment. So cease this at once. What's she doing? Talking to herself? Sounds like a sermon. The poorest thing, she's gotten into lecture withdrawal. Lecture withdrawal, reduced to preaching at Mud and Rocks. You're aware I can hear you, Tenchi. I would be worried if you couldn't. I don't think you'd have spare time to preach to no one. Aren't you busy today? Well, that is true. There are those who I cannot simply abandon to their fate. Can't abandon that stack of stones? I meant the one behind that stack. Ah, there's a little soul behind that tower. Could it be the soul of a child? Yes, you're correct. Eesh, not even children are safe from that fiend's preaching. What's this pile of stones? Wasn't here when you visited earlier, was it? Right. It's been built in the meantime. Let's have the Yama explain before we can begin poking around. Tell me, why do children need your lectures? You see the stack of stones here? They were piled by this poor soul. Is that a problem somehow? No, there's no meaning to stacking stones, so it can do no harm. Or rather, that is the problem. What do you mean? Simply put, no matter how many stones they stack up, nothing will change. Their hard work benefits no one, least of all themselves. Well, I also often do things that benefit no one. You can discuss your own looming reckoning at a later occasion. Curses! I went and sowed the seeds of a sermon myself. How could it be a problem if it does no harm? First, let me explain why the souls of children build these stone towers here in the first place. As you already know, souls must pay the ferryman's fare to cross the Sanju River. The amount of money a soul has to pay that fare depends on the good deeds they perform in life. But if you died as a child, you wouldn't have had much time to do good deeds, would you? As you said, short, they have hardly anything to pay the ferry's fare. Therefore, crossing the river will prove exceedingly difficult for them. What a pitiful tale. Dying before your parents is a failing of filial piety. It is in itself a sin. But what does that have to do with stacking stones? This bank of the Sanzu River, the children's limbo, souls stack stones they find in the riverbed into towers, in the hope they will be accepted as a memorial to the parents they could not honor in life. And so they desperately heap up stones again and again. But like this, it sounds as though what they're doing is quite laudable. As I've said, no matter their intentions, stone stacking is meaningless and will never help them cross the river. On the contrary, these children will inevitably forget their purpose of honoring their parents and will believe that if their tower grows to be tall enough, they'll be able to climb it like a stairway to heaven. These sorts of delusions only lead the soul to be tainted by desire and hesitation. Surely you already know what would come next. I see. But if it's so pointless, why won't they stop? Well, maybe only a false hope they blindly believe in. It is never easy for anyone to let go of their one lifeline. For most of those left lingering here, there's next to no hope to be found in the next life. What is this game turning into? Why are we getting post philosophy like this? Maybe someone should do something about it. Correct. Do souls often pile up stones here alone? From what I could gather, this child was also stacking stones here yesterday morning. I say morning? Yeah, it seems they had begun to waiting for times when no Shinigami could see them stack stones. But wait a minute. By the time no Shinigami were around. Yes, I understand. That would have been the time of the crime. Then maybe they saw the kidnapper? Leaving them aside, many other souls could have seen the culprit, but they cannot testify. Why? Souls of the dead do not speak. You could possibly get them to give assent, but nothing keeps them from lying. Wouldn't you see through their lies easily? Certainly. But would that truly make for a fair trial? It would be testimony only I can understand. What? Is AK... No, Aka is, it's not. This game is, I believe, 2011. At least that's what it says on the main menu. That's true. It might not hold up as evidence, still. But there's the Yama, you would never lie yourself. This is an entirely different story. And inadmissible in a court of law. Seriously, why should I be so stubborn about the stupidest things? Hold a moment, please. Something wrong, Iku? This child's soul was here stacking stones yesterday, you said? When we came to this place earlier today, there was no stone stack in sight. Apparently, this tower this child built here yesterday was knocked over before any Shinigami returned. Knocked over? Yes, and so they're starting over again today. Who could have done this? No one save Shinigami should have come to this beach. Of course, that comes to mind as Alice, for now. It's mysterious. How could this have happened? It's much more obvious than you think. Yeah, nothing for me. Courthouse office. No. Is there something more to talk about with, Oh, parlor, wait. Wait. Oh, it's you. Medicine's back. I was not expecting to see you again. Ah, it's the succumb from yesterday. And a good day to you as well, Miss Medicine. You seem to be in high spirits today. Yeesh, seems you won't bother acting cute anymore. I would ever forgive you. You really should have known better than to lie to me, you demonic dummy. Who do you think you are, you fallen angel? Now, please do not make a scene, you two. Sure, I was lying when I said I saw Alice back then, but that won't change what she did with her dolls. That puppeteer's getting what's coming to her today, one way or the other. It's gonna be a pain, but I should probably still hear what she has to say. What do you know? Ah, another comrade. If you have commonalities, I'm sure that makes you comrades. You poor thing, I promise you help is on the way. You'll have a mind of your own too one day, so don't lose heart. I have a lot I could say about this, but probably would be a pain to get through, so I won't. Excuse me. What? I take issue with you saying these dolls were stolen. You speak of them as if they were mere objects, at the very least. Couldn't you call them the kidnapped dolls? I'm quite sure dolls are objects by every conceivable metric. Dude, this theme is so good. You're saying that Alice's dolls, what Alice's dolls did, you also her fault. But she wasn't proven to be completely innocent. Yet, wasn't she proven to be completely innocent in the trial yesterday? I know that already, but it doesn't matter. Alice will be found guilty today. Why do you seem so certain? Alice stole souls from the Sanzu and put them into dolls, didn't she? And those dolls ran wild and attacked me. That was what really happened. How about you soothe the souls and leave Alice alone? Don't screw with me. These are those dolls that trap souls with Alice's crime. If I was attacked by them as a result, then that makes it Alice's crime too. As you see, it is an absolute straight fire theme as well. This mix. So this is going to be an argument we're going to bring up in court, is that you can't have forcefully trapped the dolls. I'm sure of it now. She hates everyone in general, but she hates Alice in particular. That's all, I'll be on my way. I don't want to be near Alice any longer than I have to. As I thought, she's not very fond of Miss Alice. Well, it'd make perfect sense for a self-proclaimed doll liberator to see a doll user as her arch nemesis. Oh, Tenchi, you're here. Ah, Mei Ling, are you done looking at Marissa? Yeah, seems she really didn't see anything this time, so we let her go for today. I see. And that alibi of hers? I conferred with Reimu. Everything was like Marissa said after all. In that case, it could not have been Miss Kurosame who stole these dolls. No doubt about it. Yeesh. There's one escape route slamming shut in our faces. I'm sorry. Oh no! Why are you apologizing to me? Because... Did you forget? You and I are enemies. If you can't take that to heart, you won't be able to fight me in court. That's right, okay. I have high hopes for you, miss. The young heiress has become so rambunctious lately, it has been driving me to despair. She needs somebody to rake her over the coals. To hold nothing back in court and beat her senseless. Whose side are you on? You're senseless, huh? I'll do my best. Now, the trial show tomorrow will be resuming soon. So how about it? Will you accompany us to the hearing? Using Patchy as a reference might be helpful to you. I guess so. You'll be there too, Tenchi? Well, I also want to watch that Tenku's performance and see if maybe I can learn something. So it is settled. Then let's be off. Court. Tenchi's getting off right now. You know, I was thinking I'd been beaten to the punch yesterday. Well, technically you were. Just that in the end, Alice was arrested again immediately after. You pulled off such a huge turnaround win last time, Miss Tenchi. I know you could do it again today. I've been watching Ice Trials for a long time now. Now that I've seen what you can do, I'm sure of it. That's the veteran lawyer's assistant saying so. I suppose I can be at ease. The Lady Aki has gone and taken Reimu for a sermon. Will she be returned time for the year? Oh my gosh, dude. I forgot about that trial. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot how much some of these things exist. Who can say? We're talking about Reimu, who hates being told what to do more than anything. I wonder if she can outlast the Yama's patience. You got room to worry about others. I don't want to hear that from someone whose one and only concern is how newsworthy this trial will be. Oh, I guess you got me there. What a crowded lobby we have today. Oh ho! The leading lady makes her appearance. Miss Alice, I feel sorry about yesterday. Sorry about what? You all went through so much trouble to prove your innocence, but then... From the very beginning, I knew this would happen. When I first set foot on the bank of the Sanzu River. I was terrified to become a suspect, so I worried myself sick shutting that secret away in my heart. Things are different now. Tenchi will believe in me and defend me. And so, I have no reason to feel sorry for myself. Alice. I'm not afraid of anything anymore, since I'm not alone. You start setting off death flags now. Hopefully it's just my imagination. Well then, tonight I'll be watching you work one more time, Tenchi. I want to see it with my own eyes. How this all ends. You might guess. When you tell all about it in your paper, it better be the best story you ever wrote. You can leave that to me. Now we'll get out of your way. Alice, you remember the first promise you made? About your ward, you mean? Yes. There's something I really want from you. Is it alright? Within my power, anything is fine. Then will you make a doll for me? A really cute one. Oh, now this is a surprise. I didn't picture you as the sort who'd enjoy playing with dolls. Doesn't matter. Anyway, it's a promise. I understand. It's a promise. The defeat is no longer an option, Lady Hinanai. Never was. I didn't consider losing from the start. Yeah, but knowing these games, you just never know what's gonna happen. Literally anything is possible. For better and for worse. Too bad. I can't be handling anyone. I can't be handing anyone a win today. Not this time. What? What? Huh? As of this moment, court is now in session for the trial of Alice Magistrate. I'm prepared. Prosecution is ready, willing, and able. Because she'll have more friends than you, Kari. So I think she already does. Whew, somebody's enthusiastic. Very good. In that case, it is up to the prosecution to open the debate, if you please. Yes. Before 9 o'clock yesterday morning, a kidnapping of souls took place by the Sanzu River. With no witnesses to the incident, the investigation was rough going, but we discovered in yesterday's trial that the defendant was present at the scene. It is pretty late, because I got to this pretty late, so I'm going to play for a little bit longer, but I'm not going to go... I'm definitely not finishing this trial. I'm not going to go that late. That's a warning. In addition, the kidnapped souls were found inside dolls belonging to her, deep inside the forest of Mamjik. Going by the above, we are indicting Alice Magistrate as the true culprit in this crime. Quite a clear outline. Thank you very much. Honestly, like everything I proved yesterday has come back to haunt me. That said, the prosecution may summon their first witness. Then please come to the stand, Miss Sakuya. Huh? You're summoning Sakuya Izuyoi? Was she not in charge of the Godstone case at the Hakurei Shrine? After the trial for the Godstone Institute started today, Sakuya joined our investigation. Fair to say that no fresh evidence was discovered, but we should still hear her report to properly establish the events of that day. Understood. I approve. Let Sakuya Izuyoi come to the stand. Excuse me for asking, but can you tell us your name and occupation? Sakuya Izuyoi, I'm here today as a detective. As it seems likely, we'll be pressed for time today. Please begin your testimony without delay. Certainly. The question is, are they gonna push... Are they either A, gonna, like, conclude this trial today? Are they B, gonna push it to day 3? Or C, are they gonna, like, solve this in some way, like, potentially badly, and then another, like, the next chapter is gonna have to be correcting it? Blah, 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 and everything. Incident occurred before 9 o'clock yesterday by the Sanzu River. Some of the souls awaiting transit from the Shigan side of the river were abducted by someone and disappeared. At the time of the incident, all Shinigami on ferry duty were scheduled to be on the Higan side, so there was not a single witness to the kidnapping. When the defendant went to the Sans River that morning, it was also within her dolls that the missing souls were discovered. She was arrested as the kidnapper. As you said, it appears no new facts have come to light. I apologize, we followed up thoroughly on every lead we found, and yet... Don't blame yourself. I have also carried out an investigation of my own and discovered nothing new. Seems this is all we will find. Even now, we know we still know far too little about the incident. It feels as though nothing we can ask will net us any new information this time. In that event, it'll be up to me to present a new possibility no one else has found. But is that truly something you can do? Of course it won't be easy. I can't say for certain if it can even be done. But if I want to help Alice, then I have to do it. I like the gleam you have in your eyes, Lady Hinai. To be quite honest, I think it's absolutely impossible. When I look into those eyes, I feel otherwise. For the young heiress of Hinai, nothing is impossible. I believe in you. Thank you, Iku. No one ever falls short of that claim. Now let's seek it out, a ray of hope we can chase after. Yeah, how long did this trial till like Iku goes, it's impossible, I can't win, and then someone has to like bail her out. You said there were no witnesses. How can you be so certain of the time? Because there's a 10-minute window at that time during which no Shinigami were on our side of the river, which is when the crime must have been committed. I mean, it's probably Komachi, right? That's the easiest assumption. Is this all correct? It is, there's no doubting that. In fact, that nothing new has come up. Mata! Kidnapping of souls, you've been calling it. That's right. It's quite unprecedented, or so I hear. Because carrying off souls is easier said than done, isn't it? They are beings without substance. At the very least, they can't simply be grabbed by hand. Well, the perpetrator couldn't be just anybody. And the defendant is one of the few people to have skills suited to trapping souls. That alone is ample reason to suspect her. You really can do it if you try, Mei Ling. There wasn't a single person around. You're certain of this? Yes, we exhausted every possible avenue to no avail. We'll just have to give up on that angle. There's no evidence that absolves Alice. Witnesses are the only thing I can turn to. Still, the culprit aimed for the time when all Shinigami would be away from their schedule, so it seems rather hopeless, doesn't it? The schedule. Isn't that right? What is the matter, Lady Hinai? No, I was only thinking. If Shinigami wasn't following the schedule, they might have witnessed the crime. Maybe so, but would they not have come forward as a witness in that case? But that would mean admitting to disobeying orders. If they didn't want to do that, they might keep quiet. Still, even if someone was playing truant, there's no way for us to know. Still, if we could show somebody who's slacking. Hello, Kageyama. You show up just before bedtime, but you nonetheless. So on these grounds, you claim Alice is the culprit. That's the extent so far. Can you really call something like that conclusive? It's true without a doubt that the defendant was at the scene of the crime that morning. On top of that, the missing souls were recovered from her property. As far as ways to kidnap souls go, there aren't that many of them. In other words, the defendant is one of the few people who could have pulled it off. As things stand, the only one who fits all the criteria to be the culprit is Alice. Isn't that enough? Indeed. Myself, I see no reason to object to the prosecution's claims, or the defense. I also have no objection at this time. Doesn't even see a hint of a turnaround. How is it, Lady Hinai? I feel optimistic about this trial going in, but honestly, I was being naive. But you would never give up so easily, I hope. Of course not. I'll keep fighting until I save Alice. As it should be, Lady and I. Fine for sure. I'll pass my turnabout. Oh my gosh, it's Turnabout Touhou Festival. It's the name of the game. Oop, that was the wrong one to save over. Just double press everything just to be sure. What? How is that not evidence? If I were to try this one here. For a little before 9 o'clock. Before 9 o'clock, you know, Omachi found this. That should. If that's not what it is, what am I looking for? Did I throw the doll on this one? What? I think the obvious answer is the fact that, like, oh, no one is around, so there's not a single witness there. Oh, wait, a little before 9 o'clock. Whoa, it should be the doll. Whoa, shoddy. There's like no shot, right? Okay. Had to double check. Kind of like throwing darts, trying to figure out where they land because of how. I can't actually open the save menu in this one. What is it? What it is? Last testimony, yeah. Wait, it was the other freaking one. Give my HP back. It's far too rash to be clearing that already. It might already still be out there, our witness. We've concluded that the defendant must have been the culprit on the basis of evidence. And that means if you want to insist there was a witness, you have to provide evidence of your own. Naturally, I was about to do just that. Eh? Yama, there was something you told me yourself earlier. At the time of the incident, the souls who had crossed over the god were fewer than you had expected. It's certainly true. Does that relate to this case in any way? It might be. How would you explain a shortage of souls in the first place? That is, my first thought would be that Shinigami met with some difficulty. That's right. You'd have to do with the Shinigami. Wait a minute, lawyer. What does that whole story have to do with what we've been talking about? Keep quiet and hear me out to the end before arguing. You're not Chirino, are you? Yeah. The souls in Agon are fewer than expected. That would suggest some sort of issue arose among the Shinigami who ferried them over. For instance, someone was shirking their work. Shirking their work? Yes, at the time of the incident, every Shinigami should have been on the Higan side of the river. However, if one of them wasn't keeping up the pace, they might still have been on the other shore, which would make them a witness. But if anyone had witnessed the incident, they would have stepped up long ago. Hypothetically speaking, you'd been that witness, how would you come forward? Eh? Well, if I was a witness to a crime, obviously that's what I'd have to do. And then Saki and the others would have to find out you weren't watching the gate, but that's fine, right? That'd be a bit of a problem, but still. By the way, the mistress said that if you slack off again, you'll be severely punished. Ooh, please forgive me already. I rest my case. In order to keep up their dereliction of duty from being exposed, the Shinigami has been keeping the truth from us. He didn't see nothing yet. Order! I can't deny that under these circumstances, there may have been a witness after all. However, it's just wishful thinking. Way too reckless a gamble. Even if one of the Shinigami wasn't pulling their weight, there's no guarantee they ever saw anything. In the end, it's so unlikely, it's not worth considering. Right. This is the best kind of gamble for me. Or the odds of winning are slim to none. I literally have evidence that Komachi was on the beach prior to 9 o'clock. Hey, Hinai, do you seriously intend to go through with this? By the shock, there's nothing else left for us to try. And I don't take my shot here, there won't be any other path to victory. No matter how low they say my odds are, I have to take that bet and go all in. Me when I draw 2-7 off suit. All in. Now that it's come to this, there's one thing I must ask the defense first of all. This eyewitness you speak of, what is their name? Even to ask, it's your bailiff standing right there. You feel like Tenchi would have a gambling addiction? So true. Order! Defense, can you explain on what grounds you make this claim? Just taking into account her whole attitude should be grounds enough. I certainly cannot deny that. Well, wait a sec, Lady Aki. That's not right. As far as my own personal opinion is concerned, I believe the defense's claims are sensible. As we have discussed earlier, this is a place for fair and impartial judgment. I cannot allow you to question Komachi solely on the basis of preconceived notions. I knew it, Lady Aki. You're so kind. Of course, if the defense does have proof, there will be no mercy for you. Why do you look so worried about this? Well, defense, if there's proof Komachi was slacking, can you present it? It's true that I do not have definitive proof, but we can clear up everything with a very simple inspection. Give me a break! I didn't do anything! You're not doing anything is the problem here. Then do elaborate defense. How is this not evidence? How is that not evidence? What was the meaning of this defense? In order for the schedule to you set to work, standard fares and thus travel times had to be decided for the souls the Shinigami were to ferry over that morning. And therefore, we can calculate how much a Shinigami who is following orders should have earned by the time of the incident. That slacker really was working properly that morning. The fare she had on her should add up to that sum. Gah. This feels like the most roundabout way to solve a different answer, but you know what? Fine. Fearing souls has been put on hold since the crime was discovered, and so the fares you have should have been left as is since that morning. Now let's see them. Now then, can you provide an explanation, Komachi? For these clearly insufficient fares? It's because of... Truth is, I lost them. Stop disgracing yourself and give it up. No, I seriously just lost them. Besides, have you got any proof I didn't lose the fares? What? If there'd be evidence like that. It's enough, at this rate it'll be easier to just have you testify. What were you doing at the time of the incident? I'm a me, but I was just doing my job, exactly like I was supposed to, you know? One other thing and say knock some sense into her. Okay, I think I'll call her here. It's been over an hour and a half of this too, and it is late, getting late. I think I'll call here for now. We'll see you at what's the finish of this on Friday. But that'll be it.